High Prosperity Team, it's Dr. Money. I had a great idea for our good night video, and that is that every night when I do this, that we'll just send a few seconds of good energy, good vibrations, and prosperity to the members of the Prosperity Team. There are approximately 200, so here we go. We're just going to take probably 10 seconds. Imagine that you see the Prosperity Team represented in your consciousness by 200 small lights, just like a circle of light. And this is the Prosperity Team, and I call the Prosperity Team's consciousness together, and we send lights to ourselves and lights to the whole Prosperity Team, and we see ourselves in prosperity, in right relationship with money, as financial activists for members in our communities, as great receivers of money, as great givers of money. We're the best. So that's it for the Prosperity Team. So what do we do with our relationship with money? Well, the first thing we do is we actually have to heal ourselves, because there's so many things that we believe about ourselves that stand in the way of our prosperity. I think I mentioned the other day us not being enough, but another thing that we believe often is I'm bad. We don't recognize that because it's so far in our subconscious mind that we don't know that it's there. But you can tell if you believe you're bad because you're always constantly afraid you're going to hurt people through your aliveness, or you're afraid that you're going to do something wrong, or you feel like you always have to be right. But if we believe that we're bad at a subconscious level, we believe that we need to be punished. And we need to be punished. What better way to punish ourselves is by not having any money. So we want to heal that part of our consciousness and to realize that we're innocent, that we're safe, that we're okay, that we're good, that we are good, that we were born in original innocence. So we are good. We were not born in original guilt. That's a total mistake, total mistranslation. We were born in original innocence. And it's not that we deserve prosperity, it's that we are resting in prosperity, and we have to see the prosperity around us, to feel it, to imbibe it. This is not a site about gaining a tremendous amount of wealth. I think it's fun to think in terms of large amounts of wealth because it keeps the fear level down and it can be exciting and enthusiastic, but we don't need lots and lots of money to fill our heart, to fill our lives, because the true abundant nature is already here. The best thing that we need is faith in life itself. My favorite prosperity affirmation I say over and over again is that we have what we need when we need it. I have what I need when I need it. And that way I don't have to plan my whole life out so that I know that I'm going to have enough 3 days from now, 10 days from now, 2 years from now. It doesn't mean not to plan. It doesn't mean not to have retirement. It just means that we don't want to go into each moment being afraid of something that might happen in the future. So there are lots of different working parts to prosperity. And so, as I'm saying, part one is to heal ourselves and think that we're okay and we're good enough so that we won't block our flow. Then number two, we have to learn that we do have power to create and attract in our lives. We have the power to create money and attract money in our lives. That's the law of attraction. And once we get the law of attraction down, we begin to get very excited because we can fulfill many of the wishes and wants in our lives. The next step is that we realize that we didn't know what we wanted because we keep creating the things that we want and getting what it was that we thought we wanted, and things don't really seem to be better. So then we have to take a look at our allegiance to suffering. In our culture, in the Western culture, we have the belief that life is hard and it's hard all the time. And there's some kind of way that we glorify suffering. And so we have to let go of the need to suffer because we become addicted to suffering. And if we're suffering, what better way to suffer than over our money? So we have to learn how to let go of the need to suffer. And then we have to learn and realize that what we thought, as I said before, what we thought would make us happy doesn't make us happy. So we need to learn how to surrender. And that is, I don't really know what would make me happy. There is a power in the universe. There is a power in the world. There is source energy that does know, and I surrender to that. But we often don't start at that place because there's so many wounds that before we can get to that place, we have to go through these stepping stones of consciousness so that we can allow ourselves to surrender. When we have nothing to surrender, when we think that we're hopeless and helpless, then we don't have anything to turn over. So we have to learn how to satisfy our egoic needs and know that we can at least take care of the basic needs in our lives before we can learn to take that final step of surrender and turn everything over. Because if I talk to somebody about surrender when they don't have anything, they're not going to listen. And if we talk to ourselves about surrender and we have nothing that we can see, then we might not be able to listen to that message as well. So this is Dr. Money, and I'm suggesting an evolution of consciousness so that we can transform from a lack consciousness to a prosperity consciousness, and ultimately to the consciousness of turning things over to the source and becoming a servant of consciousness. So this is Dr. Money. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Good night. Sleep tight. And remember, as always, I love you.